up in arms, claiming compensation was indeed rolled out to the soldier. Today, Agniveer Ajay's kin released documents to show they have received up to 98 lakhs in compensation so far. But the Congress is unnerved, maintaining that the centre has not been transparent, that many of the monies have been paid much too late, and the Agniveer scheme itself needs to be reviewed. That's the question we're going to raise. First, take a look at our top story.
Agniveer Ajay Kumar's photos and his uniform adorn the walls of this modest two-room house in Ramgarh Sardaran village. The 23-year-old soldier from Punjab died in Rajouri in a landmine explosion on January the 18th, just a year after he joined service. Nearly 6 months later, Ajay Kumar's family is caught in the eye of a raging storm over the Agniveer scheme, triggered by leader of the opposition Rahul Gandhi this week in Parliament.
दिन पहले मैं पंजाब में अग्निवीर के परिवार से मिला। अग्निवीर के परिवार से मिला। छोटा सा घर था, उस घर को पेंशन नहीं मिलेगी, उस घर को कॉम्पेंसेशन नहीं मिलेगी। गलत नहीं है सर।
अथवा सेवाओं की सुरक्षा के दौरान यदि हमारा कोई अग्निवीर का जवान शहीद होता है तो उसके 1 करोड़ रुपए की धनराशि सहायता के रूप में उसके परिवार को मुहैया कराई जाती है। इस प्रकार की गलत बयानी से सभी को गुमराह करने की कोशिश नहीं की जानी चाहिए।
कोई सहूलत नहीं मिली ना सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने, पंजाब सरकार ने दी हमें।
The Congress leader on Wednesday posted a video quoting Ajay Kumar's family and claiming the defence minister had misled the nation.
ना जाने कब आए।
रक्षा मंत्री जी ने संसद में शहीद अजय सिंह जी के परिवार से, अग्निवीरों से, सेना से और देश के युवाओं से झूठ बोला है। रक्षा मंत्री जी, आप इन सब से माफी मांगिए।
The Indian Army immediately issued a statement claiming 98 lakh rupees had been paid to the family and the remaining 67 lakh would be paid soon. Speaking to India Today, Ajay Kumar's father agreed and gave details of the payments received.
पैसे ही सर इतने ही आए हैं। वहाँ से एक तो 50 लाख का उनका भीम का था, ICICI बैंक में आया। एक 48 लाख 10 जून को आया। हाँ जी, 1 लाख का और आया, कल मैसेज आया। हाँ जी, यही आया जिना करोड़ के। हाँ जी, बाकी आर्मी में और पैसा पड़ा 60 लाख जितना भी है वो भी आएगा, आहिस्ता तक ना मिलेगा। सारा पैसा आहिस्ता से मिल जाएगा।
The pending amount includes 44 lakh rupees ex gratia from the government. The money is not the concern, explains Ajay Kumar's sister Baksho Devi.
2019 में उसका पेपर नहीं हुआ, रेगुलर भर्तियों में भी वो क्लियर हो गया था, उसका मेडिकल सारा कुछ हो गया था रेगुलर भर्ती में। अभी तो उसको 4 साल हो जाने थे ड्यूटी करते हुए, लेकिन मोदी सरकार ने रेगुलर भर्ती बंद कर दी। उसके बाद 2022 में 23 में अग्निवीर योजना आ गई। आर्मी से प्यार तो करते हैं, लेकिन जो 4 साल की नौकरी है कोई नहीं करना चाहता। उनकी माएँ नहीं भेज रही उनको कि 4 साल में तो 5 महीने में तो लड़का चला गया, 4 साल भी नहीं पूरे हुए, बॉर्डर पे खड़ा कर दिया। तो 4 साल नौकरी करवा लेते कहीं नीचे रख के उसको।
We can see in pictures it's a very small house where Ajay Kumar lived, but always had a dream to serve the nation through army. He joined the army in the Agniveer scheme, but today also the family says that it is not about the money, it is not about the compensation, although the army, which is claiming 98 lakh, has been given, and the family also agrees to that the money they have got. But they continue to say that the financial condition is such that Agniveer Yojana should be scrapped and a long-term regular recruitment should be done so that anyone who joins army can support his family for long time, long years. With camera person Chandi from Kanna, Asim Basi, India Today.
So let's raise the big questions. Rajnath Singh versus Rahul Gandhi. Where does the truth lie on Agniveer? Should the Agniveer scheme be totally reviewed? Will politics over the Agniveers affect the morale of the army? Some of the questions we'll raise. I'm joined by Lieutenant General Sanjay Kulkarni. I'm also joined by Colonel Ajay Shukla. G. Kumar Naik is Congress MP Lok Sabha. Sanju Verma is the BJP spokesperson. Let me first come to my 2 experts from the world of the army. This is an issue that deeply concerns, I'm sure, each and every one in the armed forces. General Sanjay Kulkarni, your view on this controversy over the Agniveer, the showdown, Rahul Gandhi raising serious questions over compensation, the army hitting back and saying we've paid compensation. Is the compensation the real issue or the nature of the Agniveer scheme? Your view?
Good evening, Rajdeep, and good evening, fellow panelists. I think the issue is, at this point of time, in the zeal to show the Raksha Mantri in poor light, probably backfired. I don't think it should have been done. Because obviously, anything by the army, when the army is committed, it will stand by it. That is why on the 13th of February this year, 50 lakhs were paid. And on the 10th of June, I understand 48 lakhs have been paid and a lakh more have been paid now. Somewhere down the chain, I think either Mr. Rahul Gandhi was ill-informed or he doesn't know. But the fact that to show that someone is lying, and especially Raksha Mantri lying, I think that was not in good taste. It should not have been done.
So you believe that the 50, just to clarify, 50 lakhs came from ICICI Lombard. That was the insurance that was paid in February, and now 48 lakhs have been paid. You believe that's sufficient?
Rajdeep, let me put it this way. It's a scheme which has been introduced with certain terms and conditions, and the terms and conditions are very clear. 48 lakhs non-contributory insurance. And I repeat, please understand, non-contributory. A Jawan today pays 5,000 rupees per month for his insurance of 50 lakhs. Here, an Agniveer does not have to pay a penny. He is insured by the government for 48 lakhs. Plus, he is given 44 lakhs as ex gratia. So that's a part of terms and conditions. Besides, of course, the amount that he gets every year, 4.72 lakhs, going up to approximately 7 lakhs. The Seva Nidhi package of about 11.71 lakhs. That is different. All that, and plus, when he has passed away now in the line of duty, and first and foremost, there are no shaheeds, and they know the words like, shahadat and shaheed in the army. It's all in the line of duty. This connotation is for the religious war. We don't find religious war, and therefore this word shahadat, shaheed is not used in the army, and that must be very clear. So first and secondly, as regards, Rajdeep, I was just about to answer that question of yours, whether the money is adequate. Well, to begin with, definitely. Even an officer is insured. When he dies in the line of duty, he is insured for 1 crore. An officer, for which he pays 10,000 rupees per month. So I thought, and I personally would say, yes, the compensation is adequate. There is no denying the fact.
Okay, so you believe the Raksha...
Now,
you believe the Raksha Mantri was right. I'll play what the Raksha Mantri said and Rahul Gandhi said in a moment, that face-off in a moment. But Ajay Shukla, your response to what you heard from General Kulkarni, he seems to suggest that Rahul Gandhi had got his facts, his information wrong. This was not the occasion, therefore, on the floor of the parliament to try and embarrass the Raksha Mantri on facts that are contested by the army.
Rajdeep, I have to say at the very outset that I am really distressed to hear the tone and the tenor that this discussion has taken. You would recall in the days of the Kargil war, in the days when insurgency was claiming the lives of numbers of soldiers in J&K, the tone that the family would adopt when the body came home or when the last rites were being carried out was that our pity is that we have only one son to give to the country. I wish I had another son. I would have given him to the country as well. That was the tone. Over the years, I'm sorry to see that the way that this whole debate of money being paid to soldiers, of soldiers' families, I beg your pardon, and the sort of mercenary nature of the debate that has emerged is a far cry from what it used to be in earlier days, even before TV debates became the thing. So I just wish there was some way that everybody would...
but isn't that what happened, Ajay, with due regard, isn't that what happened in the... with due regard, Ajay, isn't that what happened in the parliament debate when Rahul Gandhi raised the question of Agniveer, suggesting, look, they're not being paid adequate compensation, they've got these 4-year short tenures, it's not good enough. Those are issues that Rahul Gandhi raised.
There's no doubt that those were raised by Rahul Gandhi. but he was operating within a larger framework where sadly now the tone of the debate has become far more mercenary. It is not Rahul Gandhi or Rahul Gandhi alone that has imparted this mercenary nature to the debate. It has become the norm for one party to try and embarrass the other over a soldier killed or somebody's sort of body being defaced. We've seen all of this in the last 20 years. I'm not trying to name names. Nobody is, nobody comes out looking good from a debate like this. But I have to say that I am distressed to see the way this is.
But may I press you once more, Ajay? Is the nature of the Agniveer
come?
Is the nature of the Agniveer scheme a short 4-year term, making it seem that it's mercenary? People who are going there have these 4 years that they have. Then if they die in the line of duty, the family feels that, that they feel distraught that if the compensation is paid after 6 months, they've only had a short 4-year tenure. Is the short 4-year tenure part of the problem?
It is part of the problem. Salaries and allowances are always sensitive subjects. You've seen the sort of nature of the OROP, one rank, one pension debate. So to that extent, yes, it is a fact that, the fact that families are tussling with the defense ministry over how much should be paid as posthumous awards. So it's just that I'm trying to say it is not one thing alone or one aspect of the debate alone. It has just become a very mercenary sort of atmosphere out there where people, rather than expressing love for their country and so on, are looking instead at what they can get out of the deaths of their loved ones.
Well put, Ajay Shukla. That takes me to Mr. G. Kumar Naik, Congress MP, because Mr. Kumar Naik, you heard General Kulkarni, you heard Colonel Ajay Shukla. This entire debate and the manner it played out in Parliament, many believe has left an unfortunate taste in the mouth. There are question marks over whether Rahul Gandhi had done his homework before he mentioned that no compensation was given. Now we are finding out that 48 lakhs and 50 lakhs have been given to this family. And the focus seems to be on the money paid. It's almost as if, give me the money. And that is a very unfortunate way of looking at service that an armed force officer would do. Was Rahul Gandhi, what was he trying to do? Was he questioning the entire scheme, which is his every right to do so? Or was he going to focus only on compensation?
Thank you, Rajdeep, for having me here. I am a bit surprised by the comments of my fellow panelists. It is a fundamental duty of the opposition to understand what the scheme and what is the nature of the scheme that the government proposes to implement, and to put it under the scanner and do due diligence. This should have happened at the very first instance. The scheme should have been debated widely. People should have been taken into confidence. The army should have been taken into confidence.
But somehow, you have to debate with hard facts, sir. With due regard, you have to debate with hard facts. No problem debating. There should be a debate. But debate with facts without using a family's plight and the condition in which a family is. They've just lost their son. And it appears that they were paid the money, which Rahul Gandhi claims they were not.
No, this is only half-truth that we heard in the Lok Sabha the other day. Honorable Rajnath Singh ji, the defense minister of the country, said that they have received the compensation of 1 crore rupees. Maybe they have received in parts. Some more money is yet to come. Let us go by what the army says. That's not enough. But here Agniveer gets what has been designed. But what he doesn't get is what a regular soldier would get. This is a fundamental problem with this particular scheme. There is a design issue in the entire thing. It is going to create a kind of difference between two sets of soldiers. The first soldier, who is a regular soldier, who is well-trained, he is ready to face the enemy, he is well-trained, well-equipped, and he is motivated. Whereas you have another set of soldiers who are hardly trained for 6 months, and they are hardly motivated. In fact, that emoluments are no better than an ordinary employee. So he's not fully motivated, and he has to take the responsibility of the family, and that will be weighing on his mind all the time. This kind of a design flaw in the entire program is the one which is putting the whole thing in the limelight.
Okay.
It is only...
You're saying there's a design flaw in the program. I take your point. There's a design flaw you believe in the program. Now, Sanju Verma, you've been itching to get into it. I'll come to my military experts later, but Sanju Verma, you're itching to get into it. The fact, though, is that anyone who went on the election campaign trail, one of the issues that were raised by a lot of young people was they were unhappy with the Agniveer scheme. Now, because Rahul Gandhi has taken on Rajnath Singh, issues seem to have got confused and conflated. What is the government's view? Does it believe that the Agniveer scheme needs to be reviewed or not?
Rajdeep, indeed, I was itching to get into this debate. It's a very sensible debate. Mr. Kulkarni spoke eloquently and made some very fine points, as did Mr. Shukla, where he said that, nobody ends up looking nice or the wiser from a debate like this, given the nature of the beast and the mercenary tone that these debates acquire on sensitive issues like these, which should not be up for debates. But since this is a debate and largely a political one, let me make a few pertinent points. First and foremost, your audience needs to know this, that Rahul Gandhi suffers from a disease, एक बीमारी है उनको, उसको कहते हैं मोदी फोबिया. राहुल गांधी 24/7 कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की लाल किताब दिखाकर कहते हैं मैं संविधान का रखवाला हूं. जो आदमी 24 घंटे लोकतंत्र का सूरमा बनने की कोशिश करता है, डेमोक्रेसी का सूरमा बनने की कोशिश करता है, look at the audacity of this man. He has not been able to digest the fact that he's still sitting in the opposition benches and Narendra Modi is Prime Minister for third term running. So what does he do? He actually drags the Indian armed forces into a very, very nasty debate. The Indian armed forces had to actually clarify that 98 lakhs was given to the kith and kin of Ajay Kumar's, and another 67 lakhs is on its way and will also be duly paid to the fallen soldiers' family. What does Congress do? It does not even have the decency to delete false news. Right from a Jairam Ramesh to Rahul Gandhi to Supriya Shrineth to Pawan Khera, they have the audacity to tell Rajnath Singh, you're lying. I want to tell through your show today, Rajdeep, one thing. Who are the people today who are lecturing the Indian armed forces? Forget the BJP. This is no longer about BJP versus Congress. This is about trying to undermine the credibility of our forces. And I'll tell you a couple of things. Be it the Jeep scam of 1948 under Pandit Nehru, be it the submarine scandal of 1982 under Indira Gandhi, be it the Bofors scam of 1986 under Rajiv Gandhi, be it the check pistol scam under Rajiv Gandhi again in 1987, be it the 2007 Scorpion deal under the proxy government of Sonia Gandhi, be it the 2010 Augusta Westland scam under the proxy government of Sonia Gandhi, or be it the Tata truck scandal of 2012-13 again under the proxy government of Sonia Gandhi. मैं राहुल गांधी से पूछना चाहती हूँ, have you ever felt the need to come clean on Bofors? Have you ever felt the need to come clean on what Christian Michel says in his diary, and that is the reason he's still languishing in Tihar jail?
I've given you the time, ma'am. You've given me... Okay, I want to come back. Ma'am, you made your point. Producer, you made your point. You see, I want to come back to Agniveer. This is a serious, sensitive issue. Let's focus on that. We can go back to all the alleged scams over the last 40 years, and there'll be lots of finger pointing which will be made. But General Kulkarni, let's look at a crucial question that was raised just now by the Congress MP. He claimed there is a flaw in the design of this scheme. It creates a difference within the army. This was a point that Rahul Gandhi also raised in Parliament. There's a difference between your creating within the army. Is that something that you're comfortable with? I believe a few former army chiefs, including General Naravne and others, have had question marks as well over the Agniveer scheme. Should it be reviewed in your view?
See, Rajdeep, all schemes, when they are introduced, have been introduced with certain terms and conditions. Yes, review, definitely. Why not? It can be tweaked a little bit. 25% retention can go up to 50% retention. Why I say 50% retention? Because even if you say about there are 800 people in an infantry battalion, about 400 are appointments, about 10% retire every year, and about 100 odd Agniveers join battalion every year. So even if 50 are joining and 40, 45 are moving out, so it just, the ratio of serving is perfectly intact. So you aren't having a shortfall over there. And look at the scheme is considered transformative. Look at the infantry battalion CO or any CO for that matter. He's given 4 boys and he has to select 1 or maybe 2 tomorrow if it is tweaked and accepted by the government. 2. Why not? I would say anybody for that matter earlier, and as because the training is concerned, even today, it's 10 weeks of basic training, it's 14 weeks of advanced training, and it's 7 weeks of the OGT, that is on-the-job training, and he gets attested after exactly 6 months. There's nothing wrong. Even I know there were 3 countries quoted in the parliament discussion: UK, USA, China. All of them have these kind of things. China, it was quoted that Chinese are 5 years of training and standing vis-a-vis 6 months of training. It's incorrect.
So you're saying therefore that this is not as if India is the only country doing it. There are other models, similar models that are there across the world. Colonel Shukla, do you go along with that? That there are that the Agniveer scheme is a scheme which has been put in place in other parts of the world, similar schemes. What's wrong with it if it gives people a chance to be part of the army, if only for 4 years?
Rajdeep, I'm glad you've brought up that point because this is at the end of it about hierarchy, about rank, and about how soldiers relate to each other. I would put it to you, and every military officer and Jawan will agree with me, that the basis, the fundamental structure on which army's functioning is based is that of hierarchy. There are no 2 people who are equal in the forge, in the military. Even when you're marching out as compatriots, one has an IC number that is higher than the other one, and he is the senior of the 2. So I don't think this specific issue of one soldier being preferred over the other is a problem at all. That happens in every promotion board, that happens in your commissioned, and that happens when you leave and become a pensioner as well. So I think that is not the issue over here. The issue is really, is there a problem, and does the problem get resolved by a particular solution? The problem over here is that there are too many soldiers in the army, there are too many pensioners when those soldiers retire, and some way has to be found to wean out some of the ones of the lesser preferably lesser efficient ones at the end of their service. As long as that aim is being achieved, I would say that this is a scheme that needs to be followed through to the end so that the army's manpower bill becomes sustainable. If it is not yielding results, if this commission that everyone is talking about is determines that the negatives are greater than the positives, then the scheme should be scrapped.
Okay.
But to sort of make it into a sort of quarrel between the 2 sides is not acceptable.
I think that's an important point. I just want to play out that quarrel, as Ajay called it. It was more than just a quarrel. Listen into what happened in Parliament. Take a look.
अग्निवीर शहीद हुआ, लैंडमाइन ब्लास्ट में शहीद हुआ. मैं उसे शहीद कह रहा हूं, मगर हिंदुस्तान की सरकार उसे शहीद नहीं कहती. नरेंद्र मोदी उसे शहीद नहीं कहते हैं. नरेंद्र मोदी उसे अग्निवीर कहते हैं. उस घर को पेंशन नहीं मिलेगी, उस घर को कॉम्पेंसेशन नहीं मिलेगी, शहीद का दर्जा नहीं मिलेगा, मगर अग्निवीर को जवान नहीं कहा जा सकता.
मैं नेता प्रतिपक्ष से विनम्रता पूर्वक अनुरोध करना चाहता हूं कि कृपया वह सदन को गुमराह करने की कोशिश न करें. अग्निवीर योजना के संबंध में बहुत सारे लोगों से 158 ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ सीधा संवाद स्थापित हुआ है, उनके सुझाव लिए गए हैं, तब यह अग्निवीर योजना लाई गई है. बिना अग्निवीर योजना के बारे में समझे, बिना उस संबंध में कोई पूरी जानकारी हासिल किए इस तरीके से सदन को गुमराह करना, इसे कदापि उचित नहीं ठहराया जा सकता। महोदय, मैं तो आपसे ये अनुरोध करूंगा, इसे सदन की कार्रवाई से बाहर निकाला जाना।
Mr. Naik, the fact is, from what I can see on the debate, from what our stories have done, we've gone to the family that Rahul Gandhi mentioned. Rahul Gandhi may well have met them a month or two ago. The truth is they've got compensation, ICICI Lombard, and then the amount that they got in June, and they are going to get more through ex gratia. I come back to it. According to the BJP, Rahul suffers from Modi phobia. Was this the right way to approach it? Could it have been done differently? You have a debate on the design of the scheme. Why get into blaming the army, saying you're not paying someone who's died in the line of duty, which is not true?
Rajdeep, why are we having this kind of a civil debate here on your channel? Why did we miss this opportunity in Lok Sabha? My leader raised an important point. He's a very sensitive and empathetic person. He has visited the family of bereaved, and he has understood what the scheme is and was at that point of time. He has raised an issue on behalf of them. He is concerned about what is happening to the Indian army. He is not just to criticize what's being done by the government. Government should have had the courtesy to reply to him. Honorable Prime Minister replied for 2.5 hours the next day.
The government should have replied is another question, sir, but you cannot come on the floor of the House. You've got to have all your facts straight. Rahul Gandhi also needs to be careful when he's putting out facts in the public domain on a sensitive issue.
I'm coming to that point. When we said 1 crore rupees has been paid, yes, perhaps the design thinks of the program thinks of 1 crore. But when compared to 2.4 crores, what the regular soldier would get, this would be definitely much lesser. Why this difference between the two martyrdoms? One person gets 1 crore, another gets 2.4 crores. Is the pain suffered by this mother different from that mother? This is kind of a sensitivity which makes this question to be asked with such force.
Okay, you're saying why should the mother of an Agniveer be treated any differently to the mother of a Jawan who dies in the line of duty? A quick response from you, Sanju Verma, and then I'll get final comments from our military experts.
There are many other...
May I please? I did not heckle this man.
Nobody has heckled you. Nobody has heckled you, ma'am. Please stop using this. Nobody has heckled anyone in this program. Please, let's retain the dignity. Nobody has heckled you.
I just said that let me make my point. Why do you always get so agitated?
Please go ahead.
Speak to me with respect.
No.
I don't like this. Don't disrespect your panelists.
Ma'am, on a subject like this, I'm sorry, you said Mr. Naik is heckling you. He was not. Please go ahead.
I did not say that. I just said, can I please speak? I don't want to be heckled. I made a generic statement.
Why do you have to make that statement in the first instance? Please go on.
I will not be dictated by Rajdeep Sardesai about what I should say or not say.
And I will not be subject to your rude behavior every day. Sorry.
Thank you. Treat me with respect.
I will not be subject on subjects like this. Yes. I come here so that the viewers are enlightened.
Now
please go ahead. Please enlighten them.
Yes, I will enlighten your viewers, and I don't need any interjection or heckling from you. Thank you so much. Now, a few key points that need to be made because I don't want data to be lost in the din of rhetoric. First and foremost, Agniveer is a voluntary scheme. Nobody is putting a gun to anyone's head saying कि आपको mandatorily army join करनी है. Second point, Agniveer is a scheme for lower than officers rank. Point number 3, whether you fall in the line of duty or not, as long as you're in service, the government has the onus of paying non-contributory insurance of 48 lakh rupees, which is not a small sum by any measure. The fourth point, be it Denmark, where they have this selective service for just 6 months, or Cyprus, where they have this selective military service for 26 months, or United States, which has now introduced short selective service for only 22 months, or China, which has introduced short selective service for 23 months, or Germany, which has introduced short selective service for 7 months. Every country has an Agniveer, albeit with a different name. The other and very important point is this now, which your audience needs to know, and I'm sure Mr. Shukla will agree to this. For the first time, the fact that there needs to be people people who need to come in or drafted into the armed forces for a contractual period of just 3 or 4 or 5 years was made way back in 1989. Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister. MOS Defense was Arun Singh. Then it was the Kargil Review Committee in 1998, followed by the Kargil War Commission in 1999, which said that contractual selective service to bring down not only the pension cost, but to make the army leaner, fitter and meaner needs to be there. And we need to have a special scheme. They did not call it Agnipath or Agniveer, but a recommendation to that effect was made. And lo and behold, under Sonia Gandhi's proxy government in 2005, the 6th Pay Commission recommended a scheme on the lines of Agniveer and it was canned. So my limited point is this, that if the United States, China, Germany, Denmark, so on and so forth, have selective service commissions where the service period could be as low as 4 months or as high as 24 months.
You made that point earlier, ma'am. You made your point. You made it effectively. No, you made your point now. No, you have 30 seconds. 30 seconds more.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. My last point is this, Rajdeep. I think, there needs to come a point of inflection where we need to decide whether we are going to politicize the judiciary, the election commission, the armed forces. Unfortunately, we have traversed on that path and it is embarrassing to say the least. I just have this to say to Rahul Gandhi, who's suffering from Modi phobia. You are the same gentleman who mocked our armed forces after the surgical strike of 2016. You are the same gentleman who made fun of the Pulwama attack, saying it was orchestrated by Narendra Modi to win the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. You're the same gentleman who mocked the Balakot strike. Your leader of opposition in the Maharashtra Assembly, Vijay Wadettiwar, said Hemant Karkare was not killed by a bullet of Lashkar-e-Toiba, but Hemant Karkare was killed by a bullet of RSS. Is your former chief minister, Charanjit Singh Channi, who after the Poonch attack said ye to dramebazi hai. The Poonch attack was called dramebazi by a congressman called Charanjit Singh Channi, very close to Rahul Gandhi.
Let Mr. Naik, Sanju Verma, you made your point. You cross your 30 seconds and then you say you're being heckled. Please put our audio down. Mr. Naik, respond to what you're hearing, that you have ended up politicizing the army with this debate.
Let us be here in now and present. As late as February 2024, the Parliamentary Committee has recommended that the compensation for both the cases should be one and the same. That is the latest for the information of all the panelists. See, that is the point our leader was making. Let us be very clear. We are not against anything. We are a democratic country. Our leader is the leader of opposition today. He has made a point vehemently, coming out of his empathy and sensitivity. We should have the government which is graceful enough to respond to that properly.
Rahul Gandhi is a liar.
For half an hour or 1 hour and clarify what all being clarified
they will accuse
here
you
on a
tomorrow of
TV
heckling.
debate.
You have a bad habit of interrupting.
All this debate should happen and it should have happened on the other day.
Okay. I will ask Ajay Shukla, therefore, to give a final word. The central point which, therefore, whether the family here got the compensation or not, they seem to have got it, is simply this, and I want a final response. Should there be different standards of compensation that you get if you're an Agniveer or a Jawan and you die in the line of duty?
That is something which is not going to happen given the rank structure in every organization and the fact that from the Middle Ages militaries have been organized on the basis of rank and salaries have varied according to what rank you are in. So that, that's some idealistic point that can be debated when there's nothing else much to say. But there are two big questions that I will sort of leave myself with at the end of this debate. The first is whether the intention, the original intention of this Agniveer scheme, which is to lower the manpower costs of the military, to lower pension costs, whether this can be realized and is being realized. That is something that we have to do for the sake of the efficiency
What's your second
of the
point?
military itself. And the second and last point, is every reform measure that the government takes or the opposition suggests now going to be opposed with the full force of ideology. Is the army's structural well-being going to count for more than narrow political point making? I will just leave you with this question. I'm sure everybody will get the answer.
General Kulkarni, do you want to see any kind of review? There's an ongoing review, I'm told, of the scheme. If there was one thing you'd change, is there a thing you'd change in this scheme?
Positively, the retention could well be increased from 25% to 50%. Otherwise, the entire scheme is absolutely transformative. It is a win-win situation. It is for the benefit of the organization. But however, I would say the Agnipath scheme, the ultimate test of this Agnipath scheme is the resettlement of that Agniveer, which will be possible because it's not difficult at all.
Okay.
Because even if out of 42,000 that are taken in, even if 50% are retained, only 20,000 are told to leave the army, they will well be absorbed in the other paramilitary forces. So where is the problem? I find it is one of the win-win situation, one of the finest schemes that will make our army lean, thin, and a very, very professional army.
Okay, you've got applause from Sanju Verma, General Kulkarni. You're welcome to seek her, to treat her endorsement as a pat on the back. But either way, I think just a minute, ma'am. I think our debate is over. Our time is up. I believe that these are the kind of debates that should be held in a healthy manner in Parliament. They would serve the public interest through enlightenment rather than name calling. That's something which Rahul Gandhi maybe also needs to introspect, and the government also needs to be ready and open to debate on all these issues, whether it's Agniveer or NEET. That's what Parliament is, I thought, meant for. Up next, our ground report. 3 days on, Bhole Baba remains on the run. The self-styled godman seen fleeing from the Hathras stampede site on CCTV. We'll tell you more on the other side. You're watching the news today. News where we try and bring you some knowledge.
To say hello, I'm so fly. You took a nosedive. Careful when you play on my level. For you it's so. Hey, hello.
Motorola Razr 50 Ultra. Flip the script.
Hello, Moto.
The gold standard of college rankings since more than 2.5 decades. The India Today Best College Survey is back with its 2024 edition. Top colleges with best placement record. Colleges with lowest fees in India. Colleges with best value for money. Top emerging colleges in India. Colleges that have made the biggest leap since last year. Discover them all in India's most trusted college ranking. India Today Best Colleges Survey 2024 on stands now. Visit www.bestcolleges.indiatoday.in.
Welcome back. 3 days to the deadly stampede in Hathras, and the self-styled godman Bhole Baba is still on the run. He was seen fleeing on July 2, moments after the stampede killed 121 people in his satsang. The police have arrested 6 accused in this connection, but the organizer of the event is still at large. Take a look.
A deadly stampede killing over 120 devotees. But the so-called God man who got the mammoth gathering flouting norms was caught on CCTV fleeing soon after the deadly crush. Fleeing his ashram in a white car with bike-borne guards, despite saying he had left before his devotees were killed. The self-styled protector of his devotees escaping out of fear of arrest. He calls himself Bhole Baba but remains untraceable days later despite a huge manhunt by the UP police. Sources tell India Today that this so-called godman left the venue at 1:40 p.m. on July the 2nd. As per call records, this godman got a call from the organizers at 2:48 p.m., likely informing him about the tragedy. His location was traced to his Mainpuri ashram between 3 p.m. and 4:35 p.m. the same day. His phone soon became untraceable right after. The UP police meanwhile picked up multiple suspects.
विवेचना प्रारंभ करते हुए 6 लोगों की अभी गिरफ्तारी की गई है। विवेचना के क्रम में एडीजी जोन आगरा द्वारा भी सभी जनपद में निर्देशित किया गया है और जोन स्तर के ऊपर भी एक एसओजी टीम का गठन हुआ है जो कि संलिप्त लोगों और संस्था के सेवादार अधिकारी पदाधिकारियों की भूमिका को जांच करेगी।
The Samajwadi Party, accused of links with Bhole Baba, has sparked a big row by playing down the tragedy and being conspicuously silent about him.
बाबा के ऊपर मुकदमा नहीं लिखा गया।
देखिए, आप उस बहस को और मत छेड़िए।
देखिए, हादसा तो हादसा ही होते हैं। सबरीमाला पे हो गया, हर जगह होता रहता है। जब कई बार ऐसी स्थिति बन जाती है, ज़्यादा भीड़ हो गई, आस्था इतनी थी भोले बाबा से लोगों को।
Will the arrest and interrogation of Bhole Baba unravel what led to the killer lapses? With Amit Bhardwaj and Shreya Chatterjee in Hathras, Uttar Pradesh. Bureau Report, India Today.
Bhole Baba remains on the run. Well, I've got to also go on the run. The program is over. The time is up. But what is the last bit on the show tonight is to celebrate once again the Indian cricket team back home after winning the T20 Cup. We end with all the recap of the celebrations, that road show through Mumbai, the champions receiving a rousing welcome. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind, Namaskar.
आपके पति को कौन ले गया, किस वक्त उठा के ले गया?
2 जने आए थे, तो मैंने उनसे बात करी, मैं भैया आप कहाँ से आए हो? तो बोलने लगे कि हम थाने से आए।
कौन से थाने से?
अब ये नहीं बताया कौन से थाने से आए, ये बताया कि थाने से आए।
तो हर बार होता था कि बाबा जा रहे हैं तो उनकी जो चरण धुरी है, चरण रज है,
पब्लिक नहीं समझती है सर। उन्होंने तो उस दिन भी बाड़ी यही बोली थी कि भाई जहाँ बैठे हो वहाँ बैठे रहो, आराम से निकलना। अब वो तो चले गए थे, उसके बाद ये घटना घटी है सर।
तो व्यवस्था पूरी नहीं थी, क्या हुआ, क्या लग रहा? बाबा की तरफ से गलती हुई?
क्या हुआ वहाँ सर, उसके बारे में हमें नहीं पता, हम तो घर आ गए थे।
बाबा की तरफ से गलती हुई, क्या हुआ?
नहीं, बाबा की तरफ से तो कोई गलती नहीं है सर, वो तो हमेशा जाते हैं। ये आज थोड़ी हुआ है, हर जगह कहीं आप पता करोगे तहाँ कोई घटना नहीं घटी है, ये घटी है सर।
आपके पति को कौन ले गया, किस वक्त उठा के ले गया?
2 जने आए थे, तो मैंने उनसे बात करी, मैं भैया आप कहाँ से आए हो? तो बोलने लगे कि हम थाने से आए।
कौन से थाने से?
अब ये नहीं बताया कौन से थाने से आए, ये बताया कि थाने से आए।
तो हर बार होता था कि बाबा जा रहे हैं तो उनकी जो चरण धुरी है, चरण रज है,
पब्लिक नहीं समझती है सर। उन्होंने तो उस दिन भी बाड़ी यही बोली थी कि भाई जहाँ बैठे हो वहाँ बैठे रहो, आराम से निकलना। अब वो तो चले गए थे, उसके बाद ये घटना घटी है सर।
तो व्यवस्था पूरी नहीं थी, क्या हुआ, क्या लग रहा? बाबा की तरफ से गलती हुई?
क्या हुआ वहाँ सर, उसके बारे में हमें नहीं पता, हम तो घर आ गए थे।
बाबा की तरफ से गलती हुई, क्या हुआ?
नहीं, बाबा की तरफ से तो कोई गलती नहीं है सर, वो तो हमेशा जाते हैं। ये आज थोड़ी हुआ है, हर जगह कहीं आप पता करोगे तो कोई घटना नहीं घटी है, ये घटी है सर।
Sorry.
काम आ गई भारत जोड़ो। काम आ गई भारत जोड़ो।
%100% cricket crazy nation. Proof of our one unifying religion. Trailblazers amidst all the tirangas. Cricketmania in Moksha mode. Welcome home, heroes.
If anyone ever had a doubt, cricket is the religion that unites India. It was clear as day this evening, actually through the day today, as our cricketing greats returned to India. Early in the morning, they landed from Barbados on that special flight, and cricket crazy fans were there at the Indira Gandhi International Airport in the national capital. The celebrations started at dawn and they continued well past dusk. I'm Gaurav Sawant. We get you the day's developments, including the grand reception in Mumbai, the celebrations at the Wankhede Stadium, and the meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. I'm Gaurav Sawant as always. Let's get started with the headlines on India first. Our World Cup champions are home. Team India's grand victory parade from Nariman Point to the Wankhede Stadium with the trophy in hand. Mumbai bleeds blue. 3 days on, Bhole Baba, the Kathavachak in Hathras, remains on the run. The self-styled godman seen fleeing from the Hathras stampede site on CCTV cameras. 6 accused held in the first arrests made so far. Rahul Gandhi's Agniveer claim debunked. Agniveer Ajay Kumar's family showed documents of 98 lakh rupees compensation received so far. Congress maintains the defense minister lied in parliament on the Agniveer compensation. Hemant Soren returns as Jharkhand chief minister, takes oath. The JMM chief will face a floor test on the 8th of July. Nearly a dozen bridges collapse across Bihar in a span of 3 weeks. State officials pin the blame on overzealous desilting. Bihar government orders action against the engineers and the contractors. India continues to celebrate, and how? It's been a long wait. It's been a wait of 17 years, but it ended in style. The victory in Barbados against South Africa, and then as the cup came home from early this morning, the celebration started at the Indira Gandhi International Airport in the national capital, then at the hotel where the team was staying, 7 Lok Kalyan Marg, Prime Minister's residence. The team met the Prime Minister, and then that special flight to Mumbai, and from the Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport to Nariman Point, and from Nariman Point to Wankhede Stadium. The distance isn't much, but it took them hours and hours and hours, because lakhs and lakhs of devotees, if I may, devotees of cricket were there on the road to receive the heroes. T20 World Cup champions have come home. They celebrated their triumph with a grand victory parade in Mumbai. The celebrations clearly reminded us about the victories in the past. The first World Cup victory, 1983. Then the first T20 spectacular victory, 2007. And of course, the 2011 parade, the victory march, the victory. Thousands and thousands of fans were at the iconic Marine Drive and cheered the men in blue. The city of dreams, Mumbai. Chock-a-block with fans, brimming actually all the way from the Nariman Point to the Wankhede Stadium, and even the stadium. And the players were extremely excited. From Rohit Sharma, the skipper, to Virat Kohli, they said they were overwhelmed with the love of the fans. The players donned their specially designed jerseys, and you must capture that jersey. See that jersey with champions in bold letters and 2 stars on the chest. The 2 spectacular victories. And I quickly want to bring in my colleagues on this big story. Young Mr. Ahuja, Harshit Ahuja joins me on the broadcast. And Harshit, what a moment for Team India, for everyone who loves the sport, and for the players. They were overwhelmed.
Absolutely. You know, I just heard Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli speak as well. They were talking about the time that both of them, as relatively young cricketers, had won their first major tournament. With Virat Kohli, it was 2011. Rohit Sharma, just a couple of T20 years old, and then he gets to win the inaugural edition of the T20 World Cup. But look how much they've had to wait in terms of timeline.
Absolutely.
Virat Kohli's first title, Rohit Sharma's second. But it meant so much to the two of them that both of them had to, in fact, take in a second or two. I was reminded, in fact, at this very iconic stadium, the Wankhede Stadium, all those years back when Sachin Tendulkar made that address while announcing his retirement after he played that last game against the West Indies. He said, calm down, let me soak in. You were making it harder and harder for me to speak. And you got that emotion from the two Indian stalwarts in Rohit and Virat today as well. Both of them had to pause because the crowds weren't letting them speak, and they were completely overwhelmed with all the love and the emotion that was outpouring.
And the Mumbai crowds love Rohit. They love Rohit, and how? Before he started to speak, he just had to wait. And perhaps, you could almost hear him say, Thamba, 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 so that he could start speaking. But we'll talk about that in greater detail. The Indian cricket team back home after winning the T20 World Cup, the nation actually left no stone unturned to give them a hero's welcome. And how? Let me get to some of the key highlights of the day. The T20 champions received a rousing reception in Mumbai. Thousands and thousands of cricket fans were at Marine Drive. They cheered the men in blue. A grand victory parade from Nariman Point to the Wankhede Stadium. And you're looking at those images. Of course, you're also looking at images of the celebrations. That trophy in the hand, it's not just a trophy that weighs 7.5 kgs, we were told, but it actually holds 1 billion dreams. Earlier, the champions received a grand reception at the Mumbai airport. World number 1 T20 all-rounder Hardik Pandya, when he walked out of the airport with that trophy in his hand, gleaming smile on his face, and what a reception for the flight when it landed at the Mumbai airport. Team India received that grand salute. Now, this is a salute that the aviation industry gave to our players. A ceremony which is performed as a symbol of respect and honor for the aircraft and, of course, those on board. Earlier today, Team India met Prime Minister Narendra Modi at his residence, the 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated the champions during the hour-long meeting, and they clicked several pictures. BCCI President Roger Binny, Secretary Jay Shah also gifted Prime Minister Narendra Modi an Indian jersey, a Team India jersey with Namo written on it. Of course, there's no party in India without a bhangra. The champions, they stole the show in Delhi as well. They did a little jig of bhangra to the tune of drum beats. Skipper Rohit Sharma, Rishabh Pant, Hardik Pandya, Suryakumar Yadav all had their dancing boots on, celebrating with fans. Of course, the wall, a coach remains the wall, calm and quiet. So a storm of fans, a hurricane of fans in Mumbai. But remember, there was a hurricane in Barbados, and that's something that delayed the return of the team. They were greeted by hundreds and hundreds of fans in this electrifying reception. But let's take a look at what happened when the team landed from Barbados and in the national capital.
The triumphant Indian team is finally back home. Upon arrival, they were given a rousing welcome in the capital city. The rain in the capital city did not deter the fans' spirit. They gathered in huge numbers at Delhi airport to welcome their cricket heroes. The Indian skipper Rohit Sharma was visibly in a jovial mood. He held the trophy aloft as the fans cheered him on, and the dancing began soon enough. Mumbai teammates Suryakumar Yadav and Rohit Sharma kick-started the party at the team hotel. The fans' enthusiasm was palpable. They were seen waving the national flag and holding placards in support of the team. A special cake-cutting ceremony then ensued. The loudest cheer were heard for local lad Virat Kohli. The highlight of the players' stay in the capital city was their meeting with Prime Minister Modi. Players were seen sharing a laugh, reminiscing the World Cup campaign. But the bigger party in store is in Mumbai. The players headed straight to the airport for the second leg of the celebrations. A grand open bus parade from Marine Drive to the Wankhede Stadium. Sports Bureau, India Today.
This meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Rohit Sharma in Mumbai also referred to the excitement and the fact that the Prime Minister pays a lot of attention to development of sports in India. So the Prime Minister Harshit met the cricket team. He's also met our sports persons who are on their way for the Olympic Games, and that's huge for a country where sports and especially cricket is religion.
Absolutely. You know, that's one side of the Prime Minister we've seen over all these years.